Hello and welcome to an online race in Raceroom with one of their new ranked servers. Today we're just going to be doing GT3s at Spa. I didn't get any practice in, I just saw there was a minute left of the qualifying session. I'd hop in and just give it a go. Yeah, so with these ranked servers, I'm guessing there must be some sort of safety rating system. The cleaner you drive, the more safety points you get or something. I didn't look into it. But it seems to attract more people, and yeah, in the past there haven't really been many people playing or driving on Raceroom. So it was exciting to get into one of these. It looks like most people had a terrible start though, so I'm already into 4th, challenging for 3rd. But I'm sure there's plenty of fun battles ahead. I'm also driving the new generation Porsche GT3. So that would, and I've only driven this car like a couple of times before, so it was still pretty new to me. And I seem to be struggling for grip a little bit in the race. I didn't change the setup at all. I just hopped in, hoping I'd manage to keep up. Which within the first half a lap, I seem to be doing all right. And the guy in front has a small gap already. First thing is to focus on this Mercedes in front of me, and there is a BMW behind me. I don't know how quick he is just yet, but he's not putting me under pressure just yet. There's a bit of space for me to dive in on the Mercedes. He left some room. It was a bit late of a dive though, and I couldn't get past. Now this Porsche in front's already looking to hold us up, so I don't even know the strengths of my car at this point yet. Do I have good straight line speed? We'll find that out after this corner. I know usually the Mercedes tends to have some of the better straight line speed, so it might be hard to get past them just here. And on Raceroom, on the first lap or so, the brakes and the grip is pretty poor, so you've got to keep that in mind when challenging for positions. I get on the inside of him. Yep, and that's a fair overtake. Right, so up into 3rd now. He shouldn't be able to attack back into this corner. That BMW is right behind him though. Okay, so we are 1 lap down and not dead yet. That's a good sign. Now going to be attacking the last generation Porsche, who doesn't seem to have that bad pace in Raceroom. From what I can tell, this thing that I'm driving feels quick and accurate, well, precise. Going through a Rouge and Radeon though, there's a severe lack of grip compared to other sims that I've been driving recently, and it is absolutely not flat, and I was getting the line completely wrong through there. Yeah, you have to have a big lift before turning right up there. There's no way you're going to get through there with your foot pinned to the ground. On the Kimmel straight, there's not quite enough, I'm not quite close enough to the guy in front of me to make any sort of moves. Once again, as I always do, got to learn the braking points and lines, and he went very slowly through there. I'm right up his tail now, and that's a defensive move. I'm not going to be able to go on the inside, but maybe the outside. The grip isn't quite there though, so no chance just yet. Get nice and wide to get a good line through this corner. He's gone a bit wide, but I still don't have the speed to get alongside him. He's back on the defensive line, which is going to give me a better entry. But no, he's got his car right in front of me, so I can't go anywhere. To the inside, it looked like he was going to come cutting across me there. And in Raceroom, there's no spotted by default. You have to use an external program like Crew Chief. I've got to assume that nobody has a spotter, so it's hard to get next to them without them cutting across you like that. Yeah, so this guy knows how to defend, so it's going to be a good battle at least. Oh, that's a bit on the gravel, not exactly the ideal line. Back straight we go, and I have his slipstream right in front of me. I don't quite think I want to be up alongside him before the Blanchemont though. We're getting closer and closer, but I have to hold back just for the moment, tapping off, going through the corner. He's gone extremely wide, and that should probably be some sort of penalty. Back on the defensive line he goes. Well, that's a terrible line for the last corner. See if I can get a good one out of here and get alongside him. Oh, I don't think I want to do it. He's back on the defensive line. Can I? Nope. That's a bit too tight for me to go on the inside. Try to actually go around the outside of him there, but no, I just ended up ruining my line even more. The guy in first is quite far ahead, so if I want to get up to first, I'm going to have to get past this guy as soon as I can. Can I go flat through the Radeon this time? Not quite. There's a lift again. He's gone wide once more. That should definitely be some sort of track limits warning or penalty. Back for the defensive line he goes, and same with all that Mercedes behind me. He hasn't given up just yet. Gonna go for a late break. Nope, he still has the line. I'm gonna go for the outside. Let's see if I can hold it around here. We're still side by side, and I've actually snuck through around the outside. I'll take that, and instantly, straight away, focus is on to getting up to this first guy. Well, obviously I don't want this guy behind to fight back, but I know I have the pace advantage on him, so I doubt he's going to be throwing some dives on me just yet. Okay, and he has to deal with that Mercedes as well, so I'm sure he'll be focusing on that for the moment. But through Pujon, I was struggling a little bit through here, getting on the grass, getting a little bit wide and not getting on the throttle quite early enough. But yeah, as I said earlier, I was noticing quite a bit of a difference in driving this car compared to other GT3s I've been driving in other sims recently, like the Assetto Corsa Competizione and iRacing. There tends to be a little bit more grip through these corners. And you don't really feel the traction control working in Raceroom. That's one thing I don't quite like. Okay, so I think we'll just speed it up for now until they begin closing in on this Porsche in front. I do believe I have a slight pace advantage on him. Okay, so a couple laps, or 1 or 2 laps later, and I've closed in onto this guy, and you have to tap off through Blanchimont, can't go flat through there. There's just not the grip. Let's see if he goes for a defensive move. Yes, he does. We've got to work out where this guy's strengths and weaknesses are and see where we can attack. So right away we know he likes to defend, and he's at a better exit out of the final corner, so there's no chances for me to make any sort of move coming down here. Trying to get a nice tight corner, good exit. Once again, he gets a flying exit. Don't know where he gets all that speed from. We're in the same car, same engine, and I'm pretty sure I don't have too much extra fuel. But he really flew out of that corner. Tapping off through Radeon, cannot take it flat, almost cutting the top really. We're still going forward, but I've definitely lost some time just from coming out of that corner poorly. So this guy's got some good lines. He's not slow, so it's going to be awkward to find a place to pounce on him. Although right there I did gain right up on his tail. And he ran a bit wide on exit, so that's one place where he so far isn't as quick. Decent line out of there. Yeah, he's a bit defensive, so gotta be careful. Deep into Pujon he goes. I don't lose too much on him. I won't have the excess speed to swing onto the inside through this corner, and he's going defensive again. You know, sometimes if someone goes defensive, if you can brake just a little bit later than them on the outside, you might be able to take the position from them going around the outside, which I may attempt at some point soon. There's quite a bit of understeer on throttle with this car, with the engine being in the rear. Okay, there's a big gap. We're not going to really... We may catch up by the time we get to the final chicane, but I don't think enough to put a dive on. Big lift through Blanchimont. There's no way you go flat through there. Okay, let's see how late I can brake. No, he's actually broke pretty late. Tight line from there, it's going to affect him. Can I finally get a good run out of here? Didn't feel that bad, but no, once again he takes off. So there's something different going on. He's either got very little fuel or something. He's getting a good pull out of these tight corners. Wasn't my best exit, but it wasn't that bad. He's got a lot of pull out the corners, so that's gonna those two tight corners are gonna be they're not gonna be an opportunity for me to get past. I saw him slip a little bit through Radion, but I slipped a bit at the top. I ran a bit wide there, so I think I'm gonna tap off to get rid of my advantage. Yep. Back in the slipstream though, that's gonna help me a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can pull off a late braking move and go around the outside. I'm alongside. No, he still has a better line through there. Cost me a little bit, but I think I'm going to be able to close back into this corner if it's the same as the previous lap. There we go. Right behind. I actually had to hit the brakes even harder coming into the corner to avoid not hitting him. If I can get a good swing through here, get on the inside, come out the corner, which I don't do there. I had to tap off again. If I could do that, I could get alongside him. You can't go around the outside in this corner, there's just no way. He's gone wide, let's see if I can throw it in. Okay, I'm next to him. Does he know I'm there? I don't know, and I had to tap off very briefly just to avoid touching him. He kept it around in first place, and he did a good job of it. Well done. He's had a bad exit there, but the outside's not really the place you want to be for this corner. He's gone tight, so that'll give him a bad exit. Inside once more, let's see. I'm not quite there. Just about touching his bumper. No contact, but very close. We're still side by side. Still side by side. Blanchemont's another one you don't want to be on the outside for, so I've got to tap off a little bit, try make my line a little bit better for the corner. Let's attempt maybe another late braking move for the outside. You know, you can get away with braking late here. He broke late enough though to keep in front. Okay, once again, there's no way I'm getting him down this little straight. He's got so much pull out tight corners. Let's see how good of a line I can get this time. Not the best. I'm not exactly sure what lap it is, and I don't know how many laps there are in this race, but I am pretty sure that it's about a 15-minute race, and we did skip some of it earlier in the race, so it'll end up being a bit shorter than that. We took about 4 or so laps to catch up to this guy. I feel like it's going to be like this for most of the race, though. He's pretty quick, and he's good at his defense, so it's good to have some battles like this. I haven't had many like this in recent times on other sims. I either get taken out or they let me through too easily, and this person certainly not let me do that. He's had a bad exit, once again defensive. Gonna brake super late, let's do this. Oh, that's a bit of oversteer, it's not gonna help. He's put himself in front of me, making that car super wide. That's all he has to do to keep himself in front. Come on, let's tuck on the inside again. He's had a bad exit. Oh, we're side by side now. Can't see him, but he's there. Oh, you don't actually see it, but we made a little bit of door-to-door contact there. It doesn't come through in the video very well, but I definitely felt it during the race. A little bit affecting my line a little bit into Buhon, and he keeps himself in first. Let's go deep again. Oh, okay. He cuts right in front of me there. There's a bit more contact. But hey, that's just rubbing, and rubbing is racing, as they say. Nothing like a good battle like this. I actually really enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing some more race room videos in the future. There was a free content weekend where all the content was free. There was a lot more people driving on Raceroom, and it was a lot of fun. So I'll be getting onto those videos soon. Oh, both running a bit wide there, but not quite wide enough to gain a penalty, so we're alright. Braking hard again. He's still got the line. He's going to get himself out of this corner just fine. He's way quicker out of here. Yeah, I can see that Mercedes is still in the picture in the rear view mirror, so I don't know where that other Porsche went, but if this Mercedes decides to pick up the pace just a little bit more, he might be in contention for the top 3 or the top 2 or the top position at the end of the race. Oh, never mind, he just binned it on the first corner. So it's just down to me and the guy in front. We're both in the same car. Let's see who can finish on top. I don't know how many laps we have left to go, but I don't think too many. This may even be the last one, I'm not sure. Nearly flat through Radeon, not quite though, just don't have the grip. What are my thoughts in Raceroom, or with the GT3 cars in particular? I really do enjoy it. Not quite on the same level as ACC in my opinion, but it's really fun. And when you get a race with a lot of people in it, it's really enjoyable. There's a lot of variety as well. There's a lot of GT3 cars in Raceroom, and they're all fairly well balanced. I'm not quite sure. Some cars feel more comfortable than others. I know the Mustang is extremely quick in the straight lines, but generally they're all very well balanced. And if you have a lot of people to race against, you can have a good race. I mentioned the traction control earlier in the video. It doesn't feel quite right. It almost feels like it doesn't even work at all. There's a lot of tire slip coming through the corners. And with the ABS, you can't adjust ABS at all. It's just one setting. It seems to prevent all locking up, but I can't say that for sure. There's less options in Raceroom when it comes to setup and things compared to something like ACC or iRacing. But it doesn't feel bad. It's good fun. It's not unpredictable. Feels like a GT3 car. And you can definitely feel the different characteristics between cars, like the rear engine, the front engines, and the mid-engine ones. Battling for the position into the last few corners again. One of these next coming laps is the last lap, I know that. I'm sorry, I don't have any information on screen, and I can't record while I drive, otherwise it becomes too laggy, therefore stopping me from making these videos. And another thing in the recent Raceroom update is there's now time progression. There isn't quite day and night yet, there's no night, but there is some sort of progression in the day. You can see it make its way towards sunset as it is now throughout the race. Maybe at some point they'll introduce some driver swaps so we can get ourselves into some endurance racing, which I've always wanted to do, but I never have gotten around to it. Right in the sky slipstream, can we do it? Let's go for that late break again. Getting into the corner, he is still there, he's good on the brakes, he's done enough to keep himself in front for the moment. And back to the corner where I know he's not as strong on the brakes, but there's still not really any way around him. He's taking it just fine. You really just have to put the guy under as much pressure as you can, see if you can force him into a mistake. At this point, that corner there, I knew I had a bit more excess speed than him. I should have probably dropped back a little bit more to use my excess speed to get around him down this short straight coming into Puon. But I didn't do that this time around. A lot of understeer coming out of Puon. Not close enough to make a dive here. Getting a tiny bit of oversteer. This car was becoming a little bit more loose as the race progressed. Okay, we're getting right behind one more time. This may be the last lap. Going for a really deep corner there. And I know he's still got it in front. And that's probably going to be my last opportunity to get in front of him. We've got one more corner, but like I said earlier, he just gets massive pull out of the corner compared to what I do. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's gone super deep. Surely that'll give me an opportunity. Nope. He still pulls out of that corner like a rocket compared to what I do. But oh well, I think this was the last lap. We went across the line. Yep, and I finished in second place. That was a good battle. I really enjoyed that. It was very clean. He drove fairly. There was a bit of rubbing, but that's just racing. There's nothing wrong with that. And I look forward to more of these races. I've got some more videos coming up soon on Raceroom. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time.